What people are calling love could be lust, obsession, a possession. Possession is the word. I have been making an announcement to all and sundry. I say there are no relationship problems. The problem is that you don't understand what your problem is. You misunderstand. That is the thing. And so you call it relationship problem. I know it is a relationship problem, but it is not a relationship problem in the way that you're thinking, because they think I just have a difficult person that I'm dealing with. But that is not it, right? Because the lady who will say, I do everything for this man, he doesn't work, I do everything. I take care of the house, I take care of the children, I even pay the bills, I do this, I have a difficult, he doesn't do this and do that for me. They're thinking they have a relationship problem. Yes, it is a relationship problem on the outside of it, but the thing is, there is what is going on there. You shouldn't even be having that problem in the first place if you knew what relationship. And so because of that, the problem with that is that now people have a mindset where they think relationships can be complicated. So when people are going in and they meet difficulties with their relationship, they feel it is normal. Everybody says it is normal. Relationships are, I am not saying that you will never have misunderstanding, right? Because we're different human beings. But the way that people have made a categorical statement, it is normal because human beings are complex. That is a big lie. It is a lie. But they lied to you. All those statements, that's why we have these conversations. All those statements, they are just statements. You have to think about it. Don't just grab the statement because it makes you happy so that you can go ahead to do what you want. A person who wants to marry you will not take the chance of you leaving her to go and marry somebody else. And he said, what if it is because she's shy and she learned that you should say no to a guy because you want to show him, you want to see how serious he is? And I said, that means she's not ready. You don't want to be...
You're playing games. You're not mature enough.
Exactly. That means she's a child. She doesn't have her own mind. She learned, we have to play games. We have to play hard to get. You don't want that girl who is playing games. You don't want her. She may be a good person, but that means you are going to be every day. She will give you hills to climb.
She's not ready. Anyone who thinks that being in a relationship is playing games, they are not ready.
She's still
again, I said relationship is for adults, mature people, self-aware people. Anybody playing games is still a child. It's children who play games, right? So anybody playing games, they're not mature enough to be in a relationship. They're children. They have no business being in relationships.
Full stop. So again, let us take it back. I will round up with this. When I was saying the relationship is consciousness, and I said all those other things, physical is not. I don't mean that physical is not important. What I mean is the physical part, the emotional part, the intellectual part, all those things, where do they end up? They end up in the consciousness. Because it is your physique that I'm attracted to that is going to be sitting in my consciousness. It is the way that we connect that will be sitting. All those things, they end up in the consciousness.
A lot of people have that mindset. If you open social media today and you look at any relationship linked post, and you go to the comments. To the comments, where people go to is, relationships are, marriage is this. Most of the comments were negative with regards to the issue of marriage. This is why we never get married. Men are always this. I'm not saying there are no bad men. I'm not saying there are no bad women. But I'm saying if all we feed our minds is that relationships are complicated, we are unconsciously making that our own reality.
You're perpetuating it.
That's our own reality, because we start to look for those things that will make it complicated. If both parties understand truly what a relationship should be, and they invest in doing personal work before engaging in this. See, a marriage is not a battlefield, should not be a battlefield, right? Marriage should be a place of rest, not a place of chaos. There's already so much we are struggling with as humans, right? As adults, there is work demand, work pressures. There are, even the family responsibilities, the money pressures, all of those things are there. There's already battles on other fronts. Your relationship should not be one of those. It should be that place of rest and refreshment and refueling, so that you can go on and face other aspects of your life. But if you think that a relationship is meant to be endured, I am sorry for you, because that would be such a miserable life to live. If you do the work right and you find your own person, you can truly, truly enjoy a beautiful relationship. I'm not saying you will not put in effort, but the effort will be something you do in love. It wouldn't be a chore. It wouldn't be burdensome. It's something you do because it makes the relationship better. It makes both of you better. It makes your life better. Both of you grow together and your lives are more fulfilling. I just wanted to add that.
Thank you so much. You just reminded me about something. I even saw a post yesterday and I shook my head. That one makes me want to cry, because there were thousands of people who were agreeing with it. And I am seeing some, well, you know already that there are a lot of people who are teaching people to perpetuate this idea that relationships are supposed to be naturally hard because human beings have trauma, we have this, we have that. So I want to use this opportunity to make this announcement. That is a lie. They say something like, even the right partner will cause you to be triggered in so many ways, because you need those triggers to show you so that you can grow. That is not the right partner. That is just
that's a toxic environment.
It is a lie, right? So it is not saying that the right partner will not trigger you. The right partner can trigger you, but it is not.
You can have conflicts. Yes, humans will have conflicts.
Exactly. So, but you cannot
navigate them with love, with patience, with understanding, not ego, and you'll both be good. If that's the right partner, it won't be something that triggers you in a way that is, painful. No, it will force you to grow as a couple, learning about each other, adapting, not losing yourself. If you're with the right partner, it will be it will take effort, but it will be easy. It will be effort that fulfills.
I didn't take a screenshot of that page. I wish I did, so that I could go back to it, because it made me very, very sad that this person is teaching this, and I saw a lot of people agreeing with it, because it didn't, like, I know even the right partner can trigger you to show you certain things. However, a part that is really, really missed is that the truth is that we were taught that in order to drive, you need a driver's license. In order to be a surgeon, you need to, go and learn surgery. There is a basic qualification before you can be in a relationship. This is the truth, and therefore everybody gets in. Now it is 2026 and it is already believed worldwide that how dare you say that somebody is not qualified to be, how dare you, who do you think you are? Everybody has trauma, everybody has. But if we, do you want to tell me that if we had been taught that this, that, and that must be in place before getting into relationships, do you want to tell me that we will not be checking those qualifications first before we get into relationship? Are you going to tell me that? Answer me. I'm asking seriously. You know that is what it is. That is all that.
I mean, I see the point that you're trying to make. The point is that a personal work on the part of both parties going into a relationship is very, very important. I am an advocate for that. I see it as something that if you decide to go into, you do it intentionally. You do it when you're ready, not because it is the natural next step.
I'm going to ask you something, because the people who say these things, the kinds of reasons that they give, they usually say things like, healing is a continuous process, right? Now, the truth is that healing, of course, is a continuous process. But I suspect that maybe because in themselves, maybe they're always continually seeing new things that are cropping up. And so they realize, oh, I still am not ready. Oh, I still am not ready. So I think, is it not possible that perhaps that is an excuse that somebody, do you understand where I'm coming from? Do you understand where I'm coming from?
I'm trying to follow. Are you saying these people are saying because of traumas that they experienced, they are never going to be ready to be in a relationship?
They are saying you can be with the right partner and still unless I don't understand what they mean by right partner. Because if it is the right partner, then what are you talking about? Triggering you from head to toe. I mean, right. I don't even understand.
If it's the right partner, it will be peaceful. It will not be chaotic. Not that you won't have conflict. Again, you would have conflict. These are two different human beings with different personalities coming together. But you have
because what makes it right then?
In many areas.
What makes it right?
Love. And when you have love and you have a conflict and you let the love lead, you will navigate that conflict with patience, with understanding, not with ego. That's what will happen if you're with the right partner. Exactly. If you have to be otherwise, then you are not with the right partner.
Oh, you just said it. You nailed it. With the right partner, your ego takes a backseat. Because the right partner, unless we're not talking about love, when we're talking about love, ego has no role in love. Ego has no role in a loving relationship. So if your ego is still performing inside that relationship, then you do not have, because love and ego, I think I'm going to Google it this evening, and this will be our assignment, everybody. Let us go and Google it. Love and ego. I cannot believe that love and ego can exist in a love. You cannot have love and ego coexisting.
It will be hard.
It's not possible. No, it's not. It's not
very, very hard.
Yeah. So the problem may be that what people are calling love could be lust, obsession, codependency, a lack of self-love,
possession.
Possession is the word. Now the idea of that's why that is actually, I think you finished it. Possession is what people refer to as love.